What's going on, everybody? What's up? Lead Farmer 73 here. I had to remember that. Lead Farmer 73 here. Good to see y'all. I wanted to say a few things. I'm not gonna be on here for long. I got stuff to do again. I said that yesterday. I got stuff to do. I gotta actually finish what I started. But the reason I'm here is because I don't want everybody to make the same mistake. And even though you've heard it a billion different times, it don't hurt to hear it again. Welcome everybody coming in the room. Hello, I love you. Guava, I hope you're doing good. I hope you ain't got explosive diarrhea, all that good stuff. I hope you're doing all right. Second floor garden in the house. Big Bad Bo, what's going on? Super Bubbles, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Guava, 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 everybody. Guava. Who else we got in here? I need to shave so bad. Natalie, how you doing? Ellis Farmstead, how you doing? Brent, Linda Hogg, how you doing? It's good to see y'all. Who else we got? CP Family Farming. What's going? Oh, CP Family Farming. I know you gonna totally agree with what I'm talking about. Von Wheel in the house. Regina Garrett, how you doing? Kenneth, Michelle Law, Marvel Coker, how you doing? Or is it Marvell? Marvell, I believe it is, right? Sacred Homemaker. Wilson, how you doing? Talia, how you doing? It's good to see y'all. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Guava to everybody coming in the room. Let me see. What? How you doing? Ugly Seven, how you doing? Larry Lane in the house. The big boom, how you doing? Buenos dias from Houston. What's up, man? It's good to see you. Nicole, how you doing? Let's see. The Truth, how you doing? Karen. All right, let's get into this. All right, we've been here for a hot second or two. Let y'all listen. We had 73 people in the house, so that's a perfect number for me to get started. Hey, Suzette, I'm sorry. I just don't want people to make the same mistake I made. Well, I ain't gonna say necessarily I made it. I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I ain't gonna put this on my kids. I made the mistake. Hey, Amina's Place, how you doing? Listen, I made the mistake of starting. Let me get some water first. I forgot to get my doggone water. My cabin is a mess because I'm doing construction. I'm put y'all in the sink for a minute. Put you in the sink so I can think. This is rainwater. Just like them people over there won't understand where I'm getting water from. It don't make no sense to me. Free water out the sky. Now this is how I stay hydrated. I stay hydrated like this. I take a little bit of pink sea salt. Put that in my water. If you have hyponatremia, this will help you too. Lemon juice, whether it's fresh or in whatever. Stir that up real good. And when I tell you it worked, if you sweeten it with anything like a artificial sweetener, coconut sugar, monk fruit, whatever, if you sweeten it, it tastes like Gatorade. That's all it is you're making some doggone Gatorade. And it works. I ain't gonna say it's free, but you ain't gonna pay Gatorade prices for it. And I know I'm about to put in some work, so I need to overhydrate. So what's up, everybody? It's good to see y'all in here today. I had to get my water together because, like I said, I'm about to do some work. I don't want y'all to make the same mistake that I have made. If you're planning on going off-grid or doing some off-grid living or buying a tiny home, especially buying a cabin, tiny home, or something, there's going to be one part, and I'm going to be asking y'all some questions, or you can chime in and I'll answer you. There's going to be one part of this that you're going to do. How many people right now that's in the room? It's 130, 120 something people in the room. How many people are planning on purchasing land and buying a house? I know you heard me say this before, and it's the same thing, but it's a little off subject of do's and don'ts, kind of. Because I'm going to tell you what I'm going through, and this is something I don't want nobody to go through. I'm telling you, please don't go through this. How many people are planning on purchasing land and putting a Hayes Woods and putting like a tiny home or a cabin on it? Raise your hand if it's you. Hey, D. Allen. Gina versus Gina. How you doing, sister? Rucker Homestead in the house. Gratitude Grace Gardens. How y'all doing? Welcome in. Let's see. Red Carpet plans on purchasing land, putting a cabin on it. Okay. Anybody else? CP Family Farmer said, closing on my land this week. Oh, this video is especially for you then, okay? Oh, congratulations. Congratulations, CP Family Farming. Suzette says, we're looking for a second property. Okay. Okay, what's up, Vaughn? How you doing? All right, here we go. Hey, Ass Seek. I don't like saying that name. Like I'm seeking some ass or something. Anyway, look. Hey, Rogue. Let's see, Ellis, Vaughn. All right, y'all, that's it. I gotta keep going. All right. Sacred Homemaker trying to get some land. C Woods, Vaughn. All right, listen. I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and the ugly real quick. One, everybody, let me see. First, I'm sorry, y'all. The man purchased the property just trying to figure out what to do from this point. Congratulations, the truth, the SM, the truth. How you doing? I mean, congratulations, man. Katina Brooks in the house. Now, here's the first thing I'm gonna tell y'all. I wish I would have did a live stream. I mean, a StreamYard, because I would like to hear what y'all got going on. Check this out. When everybody that just raised their hand, hey TJ, everybody that just raised their hand and said they're looking for land and planning on putting a tiny house on there so they could cut back on living this society, this weird system. Everybody that said that, you're going to get that land. I'm speaking it for you. You won't, if you ain't gonna speak it out loud for yourself, I'm gonna speak it out loud for you. You are gonna get that land. Can I get an amen? You gonna get that land you looking for. You gonna put a cabin on it. And it's gonna come so fast. You ain't gonna be ready. I'm telling y'all right now, you're not gonna be ready. Now, this ain't church, okay? But I'm telling you how this has always happened for me, and it's not a me thing, it's everybody that does this. Speaking into existence and putting words in the air actually work. You're going to get that land. You're going to get that cabin. Now, we're going to talk about don't ruin your dream. But first, I need to touch on this. I can prove you're going to get it if you keep saying it out loud. And let the world hear you. Listen, let the universe hear you. The universe can't hear your thoughts. Let the universe hear your words. Let the words come off your tongue, out your mouth, okay? If you cannot speak, say it in sign language. All right, I'm serious. If I'm not gonna try and fake no sign language. I might throw up some gang signs. I don't want to do that. If you can't speak and you're unable to speak, do sign language in the air so the world, the universe can see you. I know this all sound weird, but it's not. It's the truth. I'm gonna tell you why. Listen to me real quick, and then we're gonna get on with this video. If I don't tell you I love you, you don't know. If I don't tell you I hate you, you don't know. If I don't tell you I admire you, you don't know. If I don't tell you I respect you, you don't know. If I don't tell you that I find you as being my hero, you won't know. If I tell you you were my mentor growing up, you don't know. If you're a parent, if you are a parent, have your kid ever walked up to you after they get older or grown and they tell you something that blows your mind? Like, how do you remember that? Like, why do you will ask your kid, why do you always do that? Because I remember when I was a little kid, I saw you doing XYZ, and I thought it was so cool that I've been doing it for the rest of my life. Hey, any parents out there experience that? I want to know, have you ever experienced your child not just telling you, but, hey man, not just telling you, but showing you by they're starting to pick up some of your habits that they watched you do in good ways, okay? If you don't put stuff out into the universe don't know what's on your mind. You can sit there and read a book, and you're reading it in your mind. You're looking at the pages, you're reading the book, right? Here's the thing. How many times have somebody came up to you while you were reading a book and said, what you reading? Gina says, yep, my daughter has told me thank you for how tough I was on her. She understands why now. Absolutely. Have you ever been reading a book and then somebody come out, what you reading? You look so intense. Have you ever been reading a text or something, or looking at YouTube and Laird Farmer 73 was on and you just start laughing for some reason, and then somebody said, man, what you laughing at? Damn, I'm tired of hearing you giggling. What's going on? What you looking at? Remember this. If you don't put it out into the world and the universe don't know what's on your mind. You sitting on the doggone couch giggling, looking at your cell phone, but your husband don't know what you giggling at. He might even think you giggling at him. So what do you have to do to calm him down and let him know that you ain't laughing at him? You got to tell your husband or tell your wife, I'm watching this crazy video. Laird Farmer 73 is going off today. He on a ranting and a raving, and he tearing me up. Then they can calm down and say, oh, okay. What happens next? The next thing you know, they want to laugh too. They want to look and see what you're laughing at. What is so funny? Now they want to see it, right? You put it out into the air that I'm watching this individual on this platform and he's making me laugh. Okay, now that person wants to laugh too, or they want to know how to make you laugh because you don't laugh very often. You put it out into the world, into the atmosphere, into the universe that something is going on there and I want that response, right? No different. If you don't speak it out of your mouth, you don't tell the whole world what's on your mind out of your mouth, the world and the universe ain't gonna know what you're thinking about. And the world and the universe ain't gonna ask you. You have to constantly talk about it out loud, even to yourself. Ain't nobody in the house. Like, hey, boy, it's gonna be something when I get that land. I'm gonna be tired. When I get that land, I'm gonna be raking, and you gotta put this out into the air for real. You gotta be, whoa, I'm tired just thinking about it. Ooh, I just watched a couple of videos. I gotta get me some rakes. I'm gonna need me some rakes. I'm gonna need me a new lawnmower too, because I plan on having at least 4 acres. I got to give me a better lawnmower. Start talking out loud. Don't just write it down. And don't just write down your plan. Say it out your mouth. Okay? You have to speak it into existence. I wanted to tell you that because before you know it, it's going to fall in your lap. You ain't going to be ready. You're not going to be ready. The land going to be there. It's probably going to be more land than you even asked for. It's going to be less money that you had to spend. And you're going to be like, I was planning on spending double that amount of money. I was planning on, I wasn't ready yet. I haven't sold my home yet. I don't know. It's going to get to a point. When that thing hit, you're not going to be ready. You're going to have to force I got to get up, put on some clothes. You ever have your kid call from school? The school done called about your kid either sick or they in a fight or something. You got on rollers in your hair and you ain't got on no drawers. You got to hurry up, put a bonnet on. You forgot to put on some drawers. Put on some jogging pants. And you got the wedgies and the little pink jogging pants. You run up to the school and ask what's going on. Like I wasn't even ready for my daughter to be sick. I ain't got on no bra. I ain't got no drawers on. I got on 2 mismatched Crocs, no socks, and some jogging pants with a hole in it. And they giving me a wedgie and people can see my innards and outers. Your first thought when you see your kid, whether they sick or they been in a fight, what's wrong with you? You kind of upset because you ain't ready. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? What's going on? You sick? What you eat? What you drink? You been drinking? Been smoking? I told you stay away from them boys. You're not going to be quickly to be compassionate. Your detective work is going on now. What you fighting for? You know I got to work. You would bring me from a job. Okay. That's how not ready you going to be when that blessing hit. I mean it. You done left your phone at home, your wallet, your keys, all that's at the house. You had to hurry up and go get your baby. You wasn't ready for that. You was about to get in the tub. You was about to watch Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right in the morning. You wasn't ready for that. You just dropped the kid off at school. You couldn't wait to get rid of him. Now they calling you to come get him because they're sick. Now, that's how not ready for that blessing you gonna be. Okay. The reason I'm telling you all that because you are going to receive everything you ask for if you speak it out loud. Again, this is not church. This is just truth. Now, because once you start speaking stuff, you start putting things into action. Once you start saying stuff out your mouth, for some reason it gives you even better ideas. When you just thinking it, it just stay on that one track. But when you start talking, you be like, you know what I could do? I can't make this up. Yesterday, I'm running electrical in this cabin, running electrical wire. And I'm like, what? I don't got to do that. I could just do this. I'm in here talking to myself like it's 3 or 4 people in the house. God is my witness. I'm like, you know what'll work? The dog looking at me like, is he okay? The puppy dog just laying here looking at me like, I believe he done lost it. Because I'm like, you know what? Every blue moon I look down at her, you think that'll work? She look at me like, I don't know. I ain't got no hands. But I start talking to myself running this electrical wire like, you know what? I don't have to run that much wire. I don't have to spend that much money. All I got to do is splice it here, put a conjunction box there. I can run a new light and a new fan. That's how I do. And it works. But while I was sitting on the couch all these years, thinking about how I'm going to do this, it was just one thought. Just one thought was in my mind of how I'm going to accomplish all this stuff I'm accomplishing. But once I got started and start talking out loud to myself, I'm like, hey, man, you know what'd be dope? If we don't got to just have 2 lights. Hey, yo, while we doing it, let's put a light over the kitchen. Hey, while we doing it, let's add another light switch and put a light in the bathroom. Hey, yo, while we doing it, let's put a light over the bed, because sometimes we just be in the bed chilling. We don't want to have nothing else to do. Once it come out my mouth, I got to start voice recording myself and listening to myself so I don't forget none of the dope stuff that all of us have said, meaning me. Because I instantly turned into 4 or 5 different people talking to one another. Like, man, you know what? That ain't going to work, because you see how that rafter right there don't yeah, you right. That is a little too short. I would probably have to buy some new wire. Yeah, man, you don't want to do that because you be done messed up and spent too much money. I'm talking to myself like it's 4 or 5 people in the house. I bet you them pigs out there be like, man, he be in there tripping. We saw one person go in and a little dog. But it's about 17 people in that cabin. We can hear him from here. I wanted to tell you this because it's the truth. It's not religion, it's not none of that, it's just truth. If I looked in the Bible good enough, I bet you it's something. Listen, I don't know. I really truly don't know, but I bet you it's somewhere in that Bible, it's gonna say something about speaking words out of your mouth, that how powerful words are. It's something in that Bible, and I don't know what passage or what scripture, I don't know, but I bet you it's something in that Bible to tell you how powerful words are spoken out of your mouth. If you want to go ahead and tell me that triple threat firearms, what's up, my sister? I know it. I know y'all people be reading the Bible. I know you know it. I don't know, but I bet you it's in there. How powerful words are. And then your thoughts, your dirty thoughts, your good thoughts, they want you to speak stuff out loud, right? Ha, ha, ha. Is that one? Life and death, the power of the tongue. Life and death, the power of the tongue. I rest my case. As a man thinketh, so shall he. All right, Proverbs. So, you know what? Okay. So, the reason I wanted to get into that first, because you ain't ready. You're not ready for no blessing that you asking for, that land or that cabin or your little livestock, your pens, none of that. You're not ready. I'm telling you, you're not ready, and it's coming. Once you start speaking out your mouth, you better be ready. You better put your shoes on. Better go put on some drawers. Okay? The reason I'm telling you this is because once that blessing hits down and get you, hey, my Renaissance grandma, I see Gina, I didn't see you. Gina versus Gina just said hey to you. So get this. You're going to get so excited. You're just going to start doing stuff out of order. That's the other thing. You're going to start doing everything out of order. You're going to get the land. You're going to get the cabin. And then from there, it's a free-for-all. And everything you do is going to be out of order. Everything that I've done in this cabin was 100% totally 1,000% out of order. And I'm going to save you some time. I'm going to save you some money. And I'm going to save you some heartache and some headache right now. I'm going to go in order what I think you should do as soon as you get that land, as soon as you get that cabin. I'm going to speak on the cabin, okay? First thing you do when you get that cabin. Well, let me start with the first thing you don't do. When you get your cabin, you're going to be happy. You're going to record it. You're going to make a YouTube video. You're going to put it on here, and you're going to show the world you got your cabin. I've done that. The first thing you don't do You got to do a don't before you do a do. Okay, you got to do a don't before you do a do on this one. Don't move nothing into that cabin. Do not move one single piece of furniture. Don't move in any of your supplies. Don't bring in any food. None of that. Don't start making that cabin comfortable. Don't start making that cabin livable. Day one, don't do it. I'm going to tell you what you do. First thing you do, you sit in that cabin and you design that cabin. Very first thing when you get your cabin, measure it precisely. Measure your cabin, because this is going to be yours. I'm telling you, I'm warning you, better be writing down some of this. Put the pen and paper. Because you about to get this doggone land and cabin, okay? First thing you do, you measure this precisely. From wall to wall, measure it 100 times if you need to. And then you take a piece of paper, some pencils, however you want to do it, and you sketch out exactly where you want absolutely everything. What is your ideal floor plan for this space? I'm gonna talk on that before I move forward. Because if you just start putting shit in here, it's gonna be a mess. If you just be like, ooh, I found a cabinet, ooh, I found a refrigerator, ooh, I found a notebook, ooh, I found a bookcase, you're gonna be putting all this junk in that little bitty space, and you're gonna waste your time, waste your money, because you know what's gonna happen? After time, you done compiled all this stuff that you thought you was gonna be able to use, and it's gonna end up like none of this go together. It ain't enough space for all of this. You're gonna have a cabin full of stuff that need to go back to the Goodwill, back to the Salvation Army, out to the curb, back to the store, back to Habitat for Humanity. Because now you looking like, man, that don't even fit right there. I'm gonna tell you what you do. You measure that area first. You draw out where you want your little kitchen set, where you would like your bathroom or changing room, I'm gonna start calling it. Where would you like to put your bed? Where would you like to put your seating area or seats? Where your TV, if that's what you want to do? Where's your refrigeration is going to go? Okay, the reason I'm saying this, because if you don't sketch it out and you don't stick to some sort of blueprint or some sort of plan, you're going to ruin yourself. You're going to waste tons of money, because I've done it. Y'all been watching me in this cabin now for 2 years, and how many things have changed in this cabin, okay? And are still about to change. Once you get your plans right, you know you want your kitchen there. That's the eating area. You know you want your bed there. You know you want your wood stove there. You know your bathroom here. Once you get that planned out, still don't do nothing. Go start shopping for all of the items that you want to go in that cabin. And take your, look, this little measuring tape used to belong to my father. This little measuring tape used to belong to my dad. Can you believe that? So this little measuring tape, I don't even know if they make them look like that no more. This little measuring tape is probably 50 years old. I take this measuring tape everywhere I go. And let me show you another one that I just brought in the house. I keep this one in my car at all times. This one I just bought. I keep this one in my car. I'm going to show you. Do I got it? I'm going to show you something else. You ain't going to believe it. It's the truth, though. I had to remember. I have several sets of keys, and I had to remember which set of keys I had. Look, that's what. I even keep one little baby measuring tape. I don't even think this is 3 feet, I don't believe. 6.5 feet. I keep a little baby measuring tape on my keys. I got about 2 sets of keys, one for one of my motorcycles and this one. I keep a measuring tape on it. Why? Because while I'm out, I measure everything. If I see a cabinet I like that I want to fit in there, or something, even down to your garbage cans. Remember, you're in a tiny space. You measure out everything. Everything. So ladies, if you see me out and about, because every blue moon y'all do, that thing that's swinging, I mean, don't touch it either way. But I'm proud of myself. But this be having my pocket swinging because it's heavy. Okay, I'm proud of what the Lord blessed me with. But it ain't doing all that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, y'all probably see me walking in Costco or something, be like, ugh, he ain't got no drawers on or something, because it's just my pocket is doing this. You don't want that. But take your measure tape. See, this one is lighter. That's why I keep that one in my car. It don't swing around all obnoxiously. I had this one in my pocket the other day. I went to Costco and I'm over there about to get me some chicken breast, and I feel it just swinging and knocking me, and I see a lady looking like she like it. I look down to see what she looking at. I said, oh. she looking at my measuring tape, So I left it in the car the next time. So long story, and I had on some jogging pants too. Dirty old working jogging pants. And she was like, Like, I'm just trying to get me some chicken breasts. I'm trying to eat better. And you looking at, we in the meat aisle and you looking at meat. Long story short, let me get off of there. Okay? Once you got stuff measured out, I want you to do one more thing, okay? Before you go start putting appliances and cabinets inside your home, before you start putting down carpet and all of that and your floor and your tile, don't do that. Once you figure out where you want your kitchen, your bed, your bathroom, sitting area, entertainment, heating, cooling, yada, yada. Now, you need to say, you need electricity in that kitchen. Because you going to end up having your little microwave, little air fryer, little Instant Pot, stuff like that. Your little coffee maker. You're going to want little things like that. You need power. No matter what, if you off solar or not, you need the solar to go somewhere. So now you need to see, where's your wiring going? Where's your wiring going? I need a plug right here at my kitchen sink. I need a plug right here by my television set. I need a plug right here in my bedroom to charge my phone and stuff like that. I need a plug inside the bathroom to cut my hair with my clippers. Right? I need a light switch in the bathroom. I need a light switch in the bedroom. I need a light switch at the kitchen for the kitchen light. You have to plan that stuff out. And if you don't start drawing it and writing every detail down, you are going to mess up. After you drew out all of your electrical, do you suggest, Dayon Owen says, do you suggest using painter's tape to make a layout? Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Listen, I don't use painter tape, number one, because I did this ass backwards. But I use all kind of junk I lay out on the floor. I'm serious. I have 2 different tape measures pulled out and on pause, and then I'll put some shoes in the way, like, okay, these are size 13 Crocs, that's 13 inches, and I'll put them butt to toe. I'm telling you, I map out areas in here. Even though I did this wrong, I still measure like that. So paper tape is perfect. Okay? So now after you ran your electrical line throughout your cabin, don't get happy. You got your plugs in, you got your light switches in, all your electrical ready and set up. Now you run your plumbing. If you plan on having a sink in your kitchen area, run your plumbing. If you don't plan on having a sink, run your plumbing. Run your plumbing throughout this house, throughout this cabin. In your bathroom, whether you plan on having a sink in there or not, run the plumbing in there anyway. Run the plumbing at your sink anyway, and run a spigot outside somewhere. Reasons for that. Whether you running off of well water, or you have a well dug, or you collect rainwater, you want plumbing coming into your home with fresh water. No matter what. So don't get happy yet. Go ahead and run that plumbing. I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you this, and this is the order I'm telling you in. Because once you do the next step, ain't no going back. So after you ran your plumbing and your electrical, you done mapped out everything. Everything is running. Okay, you know your kitchen is here, so your plumbing and your pipes coming out here. You know your bathroom is here, so your plumbing and your pipes and your drains is coming out here, right? Okay, you just saved yourself $1 billion. Trust me. And time and headache and mess. Now, before you do anything else, you need to put insulation up in your cabin. I don't care if you live in a perfect climate, you live in Hawaii, I don't care. I don't care where you live at. If your climate is perfect, so what? Insulate the walls and the ceiling of your cabin. Trust and believe, hallelujah, oh Lord. Insulate it. It don't cost as much as you think. You want to insulate those walls and insulate this roof before you buy drywall. Don't put up, don't be jumping the gun. Don't jump the gun. Because I'm going to tell you again, just like I told you before, you ain't going to be ready for the pain. Because just like you ain't going to be ready for the blessings, you ain't going to be ready for the pain that you suffer if you jump the gun. Do not put that drywall up without putting insulation in there. Because all you doing is wasting your time. All you making your cabin is a pretty turd. You're painting a turd. Because your drywall, behind that, if it ain't got the right insulation, it's going to be getting cold. It intensifies the cold. And then the moisture behind that drywall, because it ain't got no kind of insulation, it's going to mold the drywall. The mold going to start coming through the walls like it's on Fright Night. And you're going to be like, what's going on? You're going to be getting sick. Oh, what's happening? Insulation first. We ain't there yet, day one. Day on. We ain't there yet. Hold on. Once you got your insulation and your drywall up, all your electrical plugs and outlets and switches is in the right spot. Because if you do this opposite, like what happened here, I'm running electrical and it's a nightmare because I can't see what's behind these walls. Right? I can't see what's behind these walls at all. So I got to play guessing games and try not to get my head blown off from the electricity because you can't just be poking through walls. So now I'm playing a guessing game running electrical, and I'm going to show you right now. I'm running this electrical outlet. You see the wiring? And that wiring I got coming over here. And I got electrical wiring coming here. I'm about to run it to the kitchen area. I'm about to run that over here to my entertainment system. I'm about to move this plug from behind my head that just freaks everybody out every time they watch my video. I'm going to put a plug next to my bed down here so I can charge my phone without sleeping with a damn solar power generator like I'm having an affair with an EcoFlow. I can't make this up. I literally put an EcoFlow on next to my bed while it's charging my phone so I can charge my phone because ain't no plug right there. So it looked like I'm having an affair with EcoFlow. An EcoFlow river. And then I want to plug an outlet inside the bathroom area so I can plug up my clippers and stuff like that and have a light in there. Then I ain't got to worry. It's all over with. I ain't got to fish no wires and play no guessing games and buy no special tools to try to find out where the studs are, find out where the electrical wire is, because if you go to tapping and screwing in any old place, you might hit one of these electrical wires, and that'll be the last thing you do. Okay? And I mean that even if you cut all the power off, when you cut the power back on, this gonna catch on fire. So it might not pop your head off like popcorn, but your whole place is gonna burn to cinders, okay? Once you got that settled, you got your walls up, you got your plumbing up, you got your electrical, your plumbing, your electrical, your insulation and drywall is all up. Please do it in this order. Now, you're not done. You're going to be itching. You're going to be itching. I got to say this first. You're going to be itching. You're going to be having family members and friends come up. You got to see my place. You got to see my place. Oh, Lord, you got to see it. Oh, my God. Look, girl, this is where the kitchen going to be. My homie, hey, yo, this is where this, I'm going to be sleeping right here. Had a honey. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be sitting right here. You can play the game right here. Look. You're going to be so excited because stuff going to be happening so fast that you ain't going to want to, you're going to want to jump the gun again. Like, man, and because your friends going to start giving you suggestions. You know that little couch we saw at the such and such, you should go get that little couch. Oh, remember that chair? Hey, remember your mama was trying to figure out what you going to do with that extra chair in that extra room? That'll look good right there. It sure would. You're going to mess up. Don't go over your mama's house and say, Mama, can I still have that chair you wanted to throw out? Don't do it yet. Just go over there and tell your mama don't throw that chair out. Okay? Don't do it yet. So now what you want to do? What's wrong? So now what you want to do is get that doggone roof, that ceiling ready. It's two things you want to do. Because 9 times out of 10, your cabin ain't going to come with it. I'm going to tell you why. Most cabins come, if they come with a metal roof, they come with that little bubble wrap that they call insulation. That's trash. Do you hear me? That is trash. All of these metal roof gonna come with that little, it look like it's bubble wrap, man. It's trash. It ain't keeping no heat out of nothing. Believe it or not, I'll be scared to see if it was gone. If it get this hot with that bubble wrap, I'll be scared to see what it do without it. Now, here's another one that you need to know. If you plan on running drywall up there against that metal roofing, that's less insulation that ain't gonna block all the heat like it should. Another one. You got more head space, but this is more space that you got to heat up in the winter and more space that you got to cool off in the summer. So whatever you plan on doing with your extra space, now that's totally up to you, but you got to think wisely. So this is, again, pull out your paper and pencil and start drawing what you exactly plan to do with this ceiling. Because if you don't, you're going to mess up. If you don't make a plan for your ceiling, you make a plan for your ceiling just like you make a plan for your floor. Okay? Believe it, we getting there too, to the floor. Most of these cabins, most of them, I ain't gonna say most, a lot of them do not come with a load-bearing roof. I know what I'm talking about, so I don't need to go do no research, but I'm going to tell you this, and it's a way I can tell you, but it'll be hard for me to show you from down here. Most of these cabins or sheds, if you will, are going to come along and they're not going to have a load-bearing roof. What do I mean by that? I mean, you better not stand on it. I'm going to give you a couple of hints how you can kind of tell. You can't stand on it and do nothing up there. Another way, and you can't attach anything to it like hanging weight-wise. Watch this. Pay attention. Not these right here, but that one is shaped like a letter A. See that one back here? That's the original. All of this light skin wood, I just done made those rafters. I put those up to hang my ceiling. I wasn't gonna hang it on those ones they did because that's not load bearing. Okay? So I had to put rafters, and I'm gonna do a straight across ceiling. Now, it's a reason why I'm not gonna put my drywall on their A-frame roof. Number one, it's not load bearing. And number two, I want everybody right now to go Google how much does one sheet of 5/8, a 4x4 sheet of 5/8 of an inch sheetrock cost, or drywall. I mean, weigh. How much does it weigh? One sheet of 4 foot by 8 foot, 5/8 drywall weigh approximately. Can anybody give me that right now? Because I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Can anybody give me that? And then I'm gonna show you something. Go Google how much does one sheet of 5/8 4 foot by 8 foot sheetrock or drywall weigh. How much does it weigh? Okay, little dude says 70.6 pounds. That sounds about right. That's what that feel like. Because I just picked up 10 of these suckers the other day. I literally put my hands on 10 of them and brought them in here. My truck is backed all the way up to the back door, and it still wore me out. Anybody else got a number for that? 70.6 pounds. You know what, little dude? I'm gonna give you that, because that's what it feel like. It feel like a 50-pound bag of feed, then throw on another 20 pounds because it's manageable. Yep, somebody said 70 to 73 pounds. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it feel like. And it tore my ass up. I'm old and I'm out of shape, tore me up. And I did it 10 times. Really, I did it 30 times because I got it out of the store, onto my trailer, from my trailer, into the house. Okay? So think about this. For my measurements, again, with your ceiling, you got to measure, right? With this square footage, I need, with it straight across, I want you to think about something else. I needed at least 10 sheets of drywall for a 10 by 28 square foot place, okay? That's 280 square feet. So I bought 10 sheets of drywall. 10 times 70 pounds. That is 700 pounds, right? We even pump it up to 800 pounds because I think it said like 0.6. That's 800 pounds that's being weighed down by a non-load bearing roof. Now, if your elements, drywall, what? I don't know what just happened. Can y'all see me? If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up. If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. You know what? I just saw some lightning. I don't know if y'all can see it in the camera. I just saw some lightning, and then my phone just buffered. All right, thank you, everybody, for that confirmation. Let me keep going because I don't want to keep y'all here all day. Okay? Thank you for the confirmation. That lightning must be close. I know that. Okay, so if you attach 800 pounds, damn near, to this non-load bearing roof, it may be able to pull it off without imploding on you. Here's the problem you're going to have: the elements. Between the heat and the wind Your house always sways. I don't care how big your house is, your house moves. Have you ever heard the wind blow real hard and almost pull your roof off? Okay, you're adding weight to that. This is a non-load bearing roof. So it's not, it's meant to sway and kind of be able to move kind of easy so it don't get messed up. If you add weight to that, what's going to happen is it's going to sway and then do this. It's going to break that boy down on you, okay? Now you might be sleeping in the middle of the night during a storm and the wind is blowing hard and you're going to wake up at the feet of the Father and ask him what happened, okay? You hear a static sound because that's my air conditioner. My air conditioner is blowing. Okay, it's 100 degrees today. Okay, give me a break. Okay, right. Thank you, Karen. Even though I'm in the southern climate, we still get snow every blue moon. If the snow land on top, let me see. Hold on, y'all. If the snow lands on top of your cabin, that adds even more weight. Okay? That adds even more weight to the roof. So now what you got to do, I'm gonna give you 2 ways to show you. 2 ways, and y'all gonna make me mess around and get on this ladder. I'm gonna show you 2 ways. Can y'all see me? Give me a thumbs up. Because somebody said I was buffering again. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me another thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me 2 thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Because I'm about to get on this ladder. Yeah, they must have. Thank you, the Movieton. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for that. Okay. I'm about to show you right now how you can tell you have a non-load bearing roof. If you bought this cabin and you bought it from one of these lots where they sell sheds and cabins and stuff like that, you have to tell them what your intent is before you order it. You need to design it, okay? If you want them to put the electrical in it, you let them do it. But already have it designed before you tell them what electrical you want in it. Now, you need to tell them I need a load-bearing roof. I don't need just no plain old roof. If you don't want to deal with this later. Because if you don't tell them that if you don't tell them that you want a load-bearing roof, they ain't going to put one on it. Most shed companies trying to save money, they're not going to spend that money on a load-bearing roof and extra rafters and all that. Okay. I'm going to pull out this ladder. And I'm going to show you how you tell there's a non-load bearing. It's a non-load bearing. Hell, I could do it right in here. I'm gonna try to show you right here. Okay. I'm in the bathroom or the changing room. This is how you tell this is a non-load bearing roof. You see this thing behind me? This little metal plate? That's the only thing holding that little A-frame together. Can y'all see that? That's number 1. Then there's one right there. That's the only thing holding it. Got some crap in my throat. That's the only thing holding that together. Okay? And now I'm going to show you the corner. Now these are good. These are good. But that's all you got. You ain't got a whole bunch more. That nail on the side right there, I did that. Because I went back and I double reinforced everything while I was up here. Okay. Let me cut my light out. All right. That's how you tell. That's one way to tell. Hey, Bayou Sugar. Hey, sweetheart. That's one way to tell it's not a load-bearing roof, okay? The second way you can tell that this is not a load-bearing roof, I'm going to try my hardest to let you see this. Let me see. I'm going to try my hardest to let you see this. I want you to pay attention to all the darker wood. Here's one. Wait. Here's one piece of dark wood here. Well, it's better if I do it like this. I'm backing up. Okay. Pay attention to all the dark wood. Here's one here. That's an A-frame. That's original. Everything that's light brown like this, I did. So don't look at that. Look at this. Look at this. How many of mine did I put in the middle before theirs? I put my rafters every 2 feet. They put theirs every 4 feet. That's just telling you that is nowhere close to being reinforced enough to be load bearing. And a lot of these cabins, oh, you can see it way better like that. You see it every 4 feet they got it. That's theirs. Go over 4 feet, that's theirs. Go over 4 feet, that's theirs. And in the same amount of 8 feet, I got 4 rafters up, 2 feet apart, where they only got 3. That's just telling you, that's the major way you can see that it's not load bearing. So you have to literally, let me get over here. Yeah, there we go. You have to literally plan for your roof just like you plan for your walls, just like you plan for your electricity and your plumbing. So if you don't know this, before you go buy a cabin or a shed, if you don't want to do none of this yourself, go to the cabin that you like and design it. Say, this is where I want my kitchen. This is where I want the bedroom. This is where I want the bathroom. This is where I want the living area. This is where I want the couch. Go do that before you buy that cabin. Make sure you got enough space for what you want to do. Okay? And then from there, if you want them to put all the electrical in, they will. It will cost you a little bit, but sometimes it's best for them to do it. You want your own fuse box put in, have them do it. Costs a little bit of money. Trust me, it costs the same amount if you go do it yourself from the store. So go ahead, have them put in your electrical box. So here's the other thing. Now, have them do your electrical. Have them make sure you tell them that you want a load-bearing roof. Now, the second thing is, if you add a metal roof, whether you want a metal roof, I actually truly suggest a metal roof, even though they're torture chambers. Get a metal roof, but then you tell them what grade insulation you want up there. Now, that's if you don't want to do none of this yourself. Okay? Yes, them is the cabin company, absolutely. I thought that was easy to know. So make sure that you have them put up the insulation if you don't want to do it yourself. If not, have them run the rafters across so you don't have to do it yourself. It may cost you a little extra money, but trust me, if you don't want to do it yourself, it's a headache. If you don't know what you're doing, go ahead and let them do it. Once you do that, once you've planned your ceiling out, don't get happy. It's not time for drywall, and it's not time for insulation. You see my drywall still sitting here? And my insulation is in my truck. I'm not ready for it yet, even though I got everything I need. Screws, everything. It's one thing you need to put up. Trust and believe me. I'm going to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Run you some kind of attic fan in the gable of your this is going to be your storage space, attic space, because it ain't going to be used for nothing else. It's just going to be used, be holding insulation. Run you some kind of vent, even if it's just a vent, it ain't got to be electrical. Run you some sort of vent that air can escape from, because I'm going to tell you something, what's a whole lie. You see this centerpiece here? That's a vent going down the whole center of the roof. See that? Listen, I know what it's supposed to do. I know what it was designed to do. It don't though. Okay? I've stood up there on the ladder and you hold some tissue up there and that thing brings in that hot air. It's supposed to be venting out the hot air, but it's bringing it in. So that means I gotta, it's pressurized in here. And I don't got no windows open. Even when I open the window to depressurize it, the air is coming in from the top and out of the windows. When I hold tissue paper at the windows, the air goes out. So some kind of way, the air is coming from this and going out my windows. So I'm getting hot air. Hot air is supposed to rise, right? So this hot air is literally being pressed down so hard that it's coming out and it's pushing out the windows. So all the cool air that could just come through the windows don't. So I'm getting a whole, what is that called? Convection heat thing going on my bald spot, and it don't work. So I installed a vent, because there's no vent on that end. Now it's a vent here. So what's going to happen is, when I close this ceiling off with insulation and drywall, that fan is going to be the only thing sucking. That fan is going to be the only thing sucking, and it's going to be pulling air from that gable vent right there that is already doing that naturally. So instead of that heat coming down here into this living space, it's going to be going out the back of this cabin. And that thing only uses, that's a Vevor shed vent or attic vent. I know, right? That cost me something like, I think it was like $40. And it's a 12 inch. I think it's 12 inch, cost me $40 or $50, but it's worth every cent. So I've tested it without my ceiling being closed in the insulation, and it actually dropped the temperature. The only reason I'm not using it right now is because I'm trying to conserve on energy, because it has been cloudy lately. And it uses something like 40 watts, something like that. Something simple, 30 watts or something like that. So, once you get that set up, now it's time to put in your insulation. Wait. I got one more. I left one out. I'm sorry. Now you got your attic vent set up. Make sure your electrical is ran in the right spots on your ceiling. Where you going to have your lights at? You can't put a lamp everywhere. So now you need to plan out where you want those lights. So make sure that you run your lighting, your electrical wire where you want your lighting at. Right now, I want a couple of little lights over the bed. I want a light in the bathroom. I want a light over the kitchen. Well, I got a light over the kitchen, just ain't plugged up. So I need to run electrical over there. Make sure my light is over there. Light, I extended one over there. I'm about to put a light right here where this wire is. So now that I got all my wires ran to where I want those electrical things used, or electrical things set up, now run my insulation Now run my doggone drywall. Cut the drywall out wherever you need to, where your lighting is going to go. If you got it going up in the ceiling, if you want to put can lights or some of them quick clip lights, whatever you got going on, there you go. No, trust me, if you do this, like this, you literally just saved yourself. Listen to me, because I'm number one at this. Thousands plural of dollars. Because every time you have to, why? Okay, why is my cabin so tore up? All you see is my living stuff mixed with my working stuff, right? Living area mixed with my work area. Living and working, living and working, living and working. And every time I gotta do something, look, when I put these rafters up, I had to stand on my doggone bed because I can't put a ladder right there, right? I had to move this big old chair and throw it all on top of the couch. The dog made it into a clubhouse. And I had to do that just to put rafters up. I had to move all this couch and all this stuff just to get this tacked up right. So everything I do, now that my cabin is established, takes me more time and more effort to do, because I just can't just go up here and get my nail gun, pop, 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 get the rafters up. I can't just screw this in, screw that in. No, I just can't lay my doggone ladder here and do this. Hey, Tino, what's up, my sister? Good to hear you. I gotta move stuff out the way constantly. Constantly, I gotta clean up before I can work. I gotta move stuff, gotta rearrange before I can do anything. So everything I do takes triple or quadruple the effort, right? So I'm saving you literally thousands of dollars, hundreds of man hours that you're gonna be sitting here moving furniture instead of working. And now let's get one last one. Let's get one last one set up. I can't remember the young ladies now. I think it was a young lady that said something about the flooring. The flooring. Before you put in your cabinetry, before you put in your wood stove, well, you can put your wood stove in. Before you put in your wood stove, your cabinetry, your refrigerator, before you put anything in this cabin still, one of the last things you want to put in is your flooring. I don't care whether you want to go with carpet, whether you want to go with laminate, you want to go with ceramic tile, I don't care, right? That's when you run your flooring. Because if you set up your cabin and then run your flooring, it's going to be a lot of cutting, a lot of trimming. Now you got to buy specialized tools and all this stuff to do all these special cuts, going around stuff that's already set there. And then 9 times out of 10, most of us lazy. We ain't going to want to pick all these cabinets up and move them to put no flooring under them. What we going to do? You going to stop that tile right there at that cabinet. You going to stop that tile right there at the face of this refrigerator. You ain't going to lift this stuff up. So if anything over here needs to change, now what you going to end up doing, say you find some better cabinets, a better refrigerator, and all this down the line. Now, not only is you going to have new furnishings in your kitchen or whatever, now you got to sit here and redo your floor too. Because the floor is jacked up because you didn't do it right the first time. You made your flooring fit around the stuff you had here before. Now that that's gone, you got a big empty dumb space. And the new stuff ain't going to fit in that space. And all you're going to see is old wood. Right? Or it's going to, the front legs of the refrigerator going to sit up on the tile and the back one. So your refrigerator going to be doing the Fat Joe, lean back. Every time you put your pop inside the refrigerator, it slides back to the back of the thing. Lean back. You got your refrigerator and all your doggone kitchen drawers doing the Fat Joe. Your couch, it ends up turning into a recliner because it got a lean on it too. Put down that flooring first. Put down that floor first. Because me, I didn't. And now I'm paying for it. I got a bunch of old runners that's supposed to be in the front door of a Kroger's during Christmas time. I ain't even put no carpet in yet. Okay? Now, this is the last. Before somebody, I think she asked me something about the flooring. Do I think you should put thick carpet in or like shag carpet? Or some question you asked, something like that. Don't put no damn carpet in that cabin. Don't put no carpet in that cabin. You either put down laminate, or you put down ceramic tile, or you put down the wood that clip in the plate. Don't put down no rug in no cabin out in the middle of the woods. I'm gonna tell you why. Don't put down no damn Berber carpet or no shag carpet in no cabin in the middle of the woods. Because you won't get anything done. You're going to spend your entire life in time you should be enjoying your cabin. Somebody asked me what kind of carpet they should have. I don't know. If you want carpet, knock yourself out. But I'm telling you this. You won't have time to yourself because this is what you're going to end up doing. You're going to be bringing in grass, mud, dirt, doo-doo, bugs, constantly. And the first thing they do is live down in this carpet and reproduce. Somebody said mold, and you bet not drop no cup of water on that rug. Because all you got is a particle board floor underneath it. And then what's going to happen? That water touch that particle board and bubble up. Now you got to pull that old carpet up, try to repair that cheap ass flooring. Don't do it. Don't do it. The only reason I'm going to show you this sorry floor. The only reason I picked these runners, I was at a flea market. Right? And I went to this flea market for something completely different. But I seen this man that had a bunch of these runners. And I had another problem. In the winter time here, even though I'm in a deep south, in the winter, these wooden floors was as cold as ice long ago. Baby, wasn't very, very, very nice, you know. Sugar. Let me tell you something. Then I kissed your lips and you turned on my fire, baby. Let me tell you something. In the wintertime, you don't want to take your shoes and socks off because these floors is cold as ice. I mean it from my soul. And I'm talking about not this soul, but my feet soul. Because you ain't got no insulation up under the cabin. Now, if you go under there and put some insulation up, it'll help a little bit. But you don't. And the reason why I didn't put no insulation under there, because rats love that junk. Rats and mice and insects love insulation. Pink Panther stuff underneath, they love it. So all the money you spent will become a nest for all kind of weird stuff. So your best bet is to go ahead and get you some hard flooring inside. Now what they also have is you can put down flooring insulation. Before you put down your flooring, there's a thin coating of flooring insulation that's supposed to help. If you want to put that down, then put down your hard flooring, right? Whatever it is, laminate, ceramic tile, marble, whatever you're doing it, or put down your, what is that called? Your wood floors, your hardwood floors. Now, here comes the good part. This is the part you've been waiting for. You waited this long for this blessing, and then you want to jump the gun on the things you want to. Don't do it. Now is the moment you've been waiting for, the moment of truth. Go get your cabinets. Go get your couches. Go get your bedroom set. And go get that old chair your mama was going to throw out that you love. That'll be perfect in your home. Go out and get that refrigerator. Go out and get that wood stove. Get your TV set up. Set up your little bathroom area. I mess around, put a TV by the bed. I don't know why I done that. I don't never watch it. Just I got bored one day. I took the TV out of my RV and put it right here. I'm serious too. So that is pretty much it in order. In the order I wish I would have done. I didn't do that, and I lost. I've lost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by not doing it in order. So a simple job like putting up a ceiling, I got to do electrical work before I can get done with that. And it's a headache. And the other thing about living off grid, sometimes you'll be by yourself, and you can't do everything by yourself, which is going to make you have to create ways to do things yourself. That takes time. You see this thing hanging right here? Somebody said something about that earlier, like you did that wrong. That's not a rafter. That's not a rafter. And I didn't do anything wrong. What that is I came up with an idea of how to hang this drywall myself. Since I'll be doing it myself, I'm not that tall, okay? I'm 5'10" at the most, and I can push it up there, but I still gotta drill it in. So I made me a stilt that y'all didn't see in the bathroom, and then I made a hanger. So what I'm gonna do, see those sides, it's like a staple. I'ma screw those to the studs on the side of the wall, and screw one over here, and that's gonna give me something to slide that on. See that little area right here? Give me something to slide that piece of drywall up on to hold it for me. Then I'll put that stilt to press it up against these studs. Then I can drill it with one hand. Okay? So me just creating this whole system to do it by myself took me hours of time. I could have been just hanging. I would have been done with the drywall by now and the insulation, right? And just because you're married, or you have a significant other, or you have friends and somebody with you, sometimes when I say you're by yourself, I ain't saying nobody want to help you. It's times where people can't. You know, my wife is on business. My wife is doing this. My wife got stuff to do, and she can't always. I don't live around. My land ain't around the corner from my house. So every time I come to Freedom Acres, I need you to understand this is a serious trip that I take every time. I do it that much. That's why it don't seem like no big deal to you. But every time I come here, it's a serious drive. And people just say, hey, I'll be over there in a minute. And that ain't happening. Okay? That's like if you live down in Florida or something, I'll be like, hey man, I'm on my way down there. What y'all barbecuing? Oh, hold me a burger, man. I'm on my way. That ain't it. Okay? Coming here from my land to my house, you know, that you start pulling out road maps, you know, put it in your GPS kind of thing, you know. So I hope this was able to help y'all. If you plan on, let me stop saying that. I hope this was able to help you for when you do receive your land that you spoke out into the universe. I hope the information I just gave you helped. And I hope when you go pick out your cabin, you pull up this video again and then say, and you will have information to ask the people that's building your cabin. Can you make that a load-bearing roof? Can you put rafters here so I can put me a little loft right there and then, you know, insulate the rest? That way you have information to go on and questions to ask that they'll understand, because they ain't gonna understand. Can you do that one thing so you can do stuff when you do it like this? Can y'all do that? Do y'all do that at all? Or I gotta go somewhere else? Yeah, no. They're gonna be like, what? This way you'll know the terminology and the questions to ask your shed or tiny home builder. So they don't look at you like, we got a live one here. Okay? Now, we've been on here almost an hour and a half. We're going to take 10 minutes. Do I have any questions? Any questions? Let me see. If I have any questions, I'm going to give y'all 10 minutes so I can make this an hour and a half and cut it off. And that carpet, whoever said about that carpet, you have no idea. Woo! Yes, D. Shy says, do you recommend any best tiny home or shed builder companies, your favorites? No, I don't have any. That's going to differ with wherever you are in your city and state. That differs. So if I gave you the one where I bought this from, it won't matter to you 9 times out of 10. It's going to be different from Florida to Georgia to South Carolina to North Carolina to Ohio. How much is land approximately? You have to find that out, because land differs. The price of land differs for your city, your state, your area, your municipality, your code zone, and what kind of land is it? How much land is it? So it differs with your situation in your area. Land costs different. The price per acre is different every city, every state, and just because it be one city, but land will differ depending. Does that land have a sewage system? Does that land have a well on it? Does it have a septic tank? Does that well, is that land elevated? Is that land in a swamp? Is that land cleared? Is it tree? All that differs. That changes the price of everything. Is it stores nearby? Is it a hospital nearby? All of that changes everything. If it's a school and a hospital nearby this land, or is it easy access to the interstate, that makes the land prices go way up. If there's shopping and stores and stuff like that, it makes the prices go up. Shy says, are there other tiny homes where you are meaning, does it need to be in a tiny home community? Are there other tiny homes where you are? No, this is my land. No, this is just my land. I don't live in a tiny home community. Once I figure out a few things, I'm planning on. I ain't gonna tell you all my plans, but this is a temporary situation. Miss Full Roller says double hung slider windows. Yes. Yeah, I don't even know what that means, but yes. Oh, I got one more for you. Your front door. Your front door. I'm changing that. I'm gonna change this front door. You want to know why? Now, this, you may not want to, you may not do this. I am though. Okay. I don't want no glass on my door. I don't like that. It's cute. It's nice to look out of. I do not like that window on my door. I never have. Any door that's a to me. Now that's to me. This is my opinion, okay? My preference rather. Any door that that is used to enter or exit the main part of the home, like meaning to go in the house, come out the house, or go in the garage, come out the garage, don't need no freaking window. And you know what? It's for two reasons. It's for two reasons. I mean, it won't take nothing to break in somebody's house, right? It ain't just easier to break in this window. But that's not my main thing, man. You know, it's easy to break in anybody's house. Punching through a window and turning the lock, that's one thing. But you want to know why I don't like it? Because if somebody come up to that door, they're going to look right at me. For any reason that somebody should end up coming here unannounced, because it does happen, they're going to look right at me. I can't go and pretend I'm not here. I can't go and run in the bathroom. I can't protect myself. So what do? I sit with the steel right by my hip at all times. On the other hand, in a defensive mode, I don't want you to be able to look through here and see where I am if we're exchanging lead messages, okay? If we're exchanging lead messages, I don't want you to be able to look right at me in the eye and see and put that red dot on my forehead. No, I want you to play a guessing game like I am. Because in here, I got cameras I control where I can see where you are. But you got to figure out where I am. Having a solid door. Listen, I'm about to change that. And I'm thinking of it in a defensive situation. Okay? Oh, I left out one thing. Yes, Tino, yes. A lead message, yes. I don't want one of them. I got one more thing that I think every single person watching me, and even the people that's going to watch this video later, should do. That should not be the only door that you have on your cabin. I don't care what. I do not care if it takes up space, it takes up wall space. You need at least 2 doors to every cabin. I don't give a crap. Do not purchase a cabin with 1 door. Don't do it. Because if a fire start right here, I got to jump out the window. That's ridiculous. That means the fire might not burn me up, but I'll break my back jumping out the damn window. Right? So just because, who say where the fire gonna start? If that's your only exit, that's not gonna work. My wife, let me show. Can I show y'all something real quick? Because this is part of my plan. My wife said, "Look, either you gonna put another door in there, or I can't be coming out there all the time." Then, and I get it. I dig it. You know why I keep this spot right here? Oh, I don't put nothing right here. It's just a coat rack. It's just a coat rack. That's totally unnecessary. I don't put nothing in this space because I am putting a second door right here. Right in this area. Forget this window. I don't care about that window. If I want a window, I use that dumbass door right there. That gotta go. And my wife told me, I tell her, baby, I got the ceiling up. Yeah, what you do about that door though? Baby, I'm thinking about putting down some flooring. I know, but what you doing about that door? I got us a bathroom. I done built us a bathroom. Yeah, but what you doing about that second door though, son? Lady Led be clowning me about that second door. Prey says, what about blackout curtains? That's totally up to you. That's designing. That's interior decor. How you design your area is totally up to you. Yes, Katina Brooks. Because Lady Led ain't playing that. You're very welcome, CP Family Farming. You know what, man? I don't like you. Okay. See that shit. I'm just looking for more any questions. Oh, listen to this. No, Miss Full Roll, I don't get mad. Listen, when she keep on asking me about that door, I don't get mad at all. You see what I just said? I actually feel bad. I do. Because she don't ask me for nothing. All she asking for is a little door. I got to put that door in, you know. So, no, I literally, I'm ashamed of myself. It make me feel bad. I don't get mad at her bugging me about no door. To me, honestly, she feel the way I feel about it. And she's just worried about she know it's basically my safety. Because I be here doing some strange stuff, basically. And her own safety. She really want this for me. I know my wife. I've been with my wife for, oh my God, 30, 33, 34, 35 years? Shit. Woo, we old. I've been with her. I know what she really saying when she ain't saying it. She be worried about me and something happening I can't get out. You know? I can tell when she starting to get antsy. I come to the kitchen table and she looking at the life insurance policy, might be adding on some money. I upped our life insurance policy to $2.9 million until you get that damn door put in. I know how she'll do. What you gonna spend all that money without me? Well, put that door in. If you put the door in, I won't do it. So, all right, no more questions, y'all. We at that hour and a half mark. But hey, y'all. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm glad to have shared this message with y'all. Okay, I got one here. Good. I'll stay on for questions. Real question. Melody says, question, is radiant barrier good insulation until you get the R value insulation? Or can it stand alone or complete the job? Melody, my answer to you is get the right insulation that you need, your R value. Don't cheap out on your insulation. Because what you're gonna be doing is, you said until you get your R rated. Don't waste money. Save your money. That's why I said don't jump the gun. Save the money for the proper insulation. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I came up and found an insulation that's better than all of them. You ever heard of that the cellulose insulation? You ain't gonna believe this. All it's made out of is recycled plant fiber materials, paper, water, and boric acid. All right, Dave Busby. And it is totally fire resistant. Animals don't like making beds in it, or mice, rats, roaches, bugs, because it's made with boric acid. Don't bother us, right? And it's insulating more than any other thing they got out there on the market. Miss Net says, not a question, but just to say thank you. I have never spoken my dreams out loud. Do it every day, every 5 minutes. I don't care if people think you crazy. If they think you crazy, they ain't got no dreams. They need to be speaking out loud. Edit says, where can you get it? Anywhere. Go look online. There you'll find it. Cellulose insulation. Tanya, your thoughts on floor warmers installed. If you plan on living off grid, are you hooking up solar power, or you're going to get power from the grid? If you're going to get power from the grid, from the city, then if you want floor warmers, get floor warmers. But I just need you to know that consumes energy. How about this? For me, I'm going to be honest with you. Some socks. I got a lot of nice thick pair of socks. Didn't cost me nothing. Got a pack of 12 of them from Costco for $6. You know, it didn't cost me $6,000, $600. Nope. $6 for 12 pair of socks. It's that's to me, that's overboard for what I'm doing. Okay, I don't have that kind of tiny house that's going to make it on HGTV or Tiny Homes, that channel. Mine ain't gonna make it on that at all. So a floor warmers is a no for me. But if you want to go for it, if that's what suits you, go for it. Socks for me. And I don't ever have to worry about whether it's still working or not, or it's, you know, all I gotta do is buy another pair of socks. Like, ooh, these socks got a hole in them, I'm getting cold. Go get another pair. Let me get back. I had a couple more questions. Okay, Larry says, is it better to pick land? Is it better to pick land that can or would be cheaper in certain counties because it's an area where there are less zoning? Larry, I don't know what you're saying, brother. I don't believe I know what you're saying. That was a lot of words that didn't glue together. Let me see. Melody says rock wool is supposed to be good. Rock wool is good. But go look at comparisons between rock wool and cellulose. They're both soundproof. They're both very, very fire resistant. And the insulation properties, unmatched. Trust me. You're welcome, Victoria. LA says, when you bought your land, did you have to get your soil tested or anything? That depends on you. That depends on you. Whatever you want to do, okay? If you want to have your soil tested, have your soil tested. If you want to have a perk test, go get a perk test. I'm telling you, it costs you extra money, but it's best you do all of that for your own safety purposes. Because you don't know if this used to be a junkyard or not. You know, old cars and oil and stuff spilling in your ground. You trying to grow vegetables. So it's best you go have all that done. Let me see. Miss Yvonne says, that's why I love y'all. You inspire us to make it tangible while keeping it 100. Thank you. Thank you. That's right, Miss Full Roller. What'd you say, wool socks or the highest percentage of wool you can get? Absolutely. So, somebody said house shoes. I got 2 pair of house shoes over there. Look, I got so many pairs of house shoes in here because usually I ain't got no socks on. But if I got to run outside, slip them on. Go to the kitchen, slip them on. You know? Thank you, Shy. All right, everybody. That's it. I appreciate everybody for coming. I didn't want to keep you but an hour and a half. We're 9 minutes over time. Thank you for coming. I hope this helps you. If you know anybody that needs this information, please let them know, okay? The glorified janitor said, I want to say I've been fully off grid for 5.5 months now. Thanks to you and saved over $1,200 from no electric bill. Much gratitude. Thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. Everybody, thank you for coming by. Happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. And don't let listen to me. Don't let nobody get under your skin. Today, enjoy your day. This is your day. And I want you to do one more thing. Speak your dreams out loud. Speak your dreams out loud. You know what I always say? I'm going to get rid of that big haunted house. Every day. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Ask my wife. She gets sick of me saying it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to get rid of that big haunted house. I say, I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to get that pond dug. I don't know where I'm going to get the money. But I'm going to build you a house. I don't know how I'm going to pull this off. But we're going to have a big old garden out here. I say this all the time. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to lose me about 50 pounds. You got to say it out your mouth. Your thoughts is just thoughts. I got one more way to prove to you that thoughts don't work and speaking things out into existence works. I'm going to tell you why thoughts don't work, but action works. Words work. If I got a dirty thought about you, if I think you fine as all get out, if I told you if I thought, boy, if I wasn't married, boy, you would be the one. All right, 755 Media, how you doing, sister? If I thought that, like, you, in my brain, girl, you better be glad I'm married, because, woo, you the one. As long as that thought is in my head, it's never going to happen. No harm, no foul. It's just a thought. A dirty thought, but it's just a thought. Now, once I start speaking it out my mouth and putting it into action, there's a problem. You see that? That's the part about society that proves my point that words and actions put out into the atmosphere, put out into the universe, that's when shit happens. I can't, you get what I'm saying? Listen, you have these thoughts in your head. You have these thoughts in your head. Now, I ain't gonna go down that route because I was gonna speak on something else, but I ain't gonna go down that route. When you have these thoughts in your head, right? I'm gonna tell you one thought. Everybody right now broke. Everybody broke. And every time you see an armored car, you be like, they bet not. Woo! They better not take a lunch break right now. And I just overdraft $30. They better not get out that truck and take a lunch break and don't be paying attention. Lord help me if they get out that truck. Please don't get out that truck. Please take that truck on to the next destination. Please take that truck wherever you supposed to be going to. Please don't get out that truck and go in the McDonald's and pee. When you see that armored car, you got thoughts in your head. I bet you it's about $40 million in the back of them. Look how dumb that little girl getting out that truck is. She ain't paying no attention, and she got about $20 million in there. Oh, Lord help me. Please get me out of the parking lot because I can't stop looking at them. Look at this dude weigh about 500 pounds getting out the armored truck. He can't even reach his gun. Oh, Lord, please let this man lose weight and let him pay more attention. He more busy pulling his pants up than he is worried about how to secure this money and reach his gun, Lord. Please get me out of this situation. We all broke, so we all thinking it, okay? As long as that's a thought, and I'm not speaking it, we safe. But once I start speaking it out loud, Somebody else is going to hear me like, oh, he planning to rob the bank. Girl, call the police. I'm in trouble. If I start acting on said that, I'm in trouble. Am I lying? Is that right or not? That's how I can prove to you, long as you keep stuff in your head and don't act on it, nothing's going to happen. You ever thought about whooping somebody's ass? Yeah, you probably thinking about whooping somebody's ass right now. Some of y'all probably thinking about me. Boy, I'll whoop your ass. I can't stand you. Boy, you make me sick. You make me so sick, I walk around with one of them little vomit bags that they give you in the hospital or on the airplane, because that's how sick you make me every time I see or hear your voice. If I ever had a chance, I'm going to kick you dead in the nuts if I ever see you in person. You know? As long as that's a thought, we ain't got no problem. But once you start speaking that out into it, man, I want to whoop your ass. I can't stand you. I can't stand you a little bit or a lot. I can't stand you a little bit or a lot. You makes me sick. Every time I see you, I get nauseous. You hear me? Now we got a problem. So long as you keep thoughts in your head and you don't speak things out into the atmosphere and into existence. Okay? So that means you speak those positive words out into existence, just like all the negative things I just told you about. You speak the positive things too. Those positive things come out your mouth and you put them into action, and the next thing happens, it happens. Just like a fight. You told somebody you want to whoop their ass, they said, well, come on then. Let's get it. Before you know, y'all both on the ground rolling around, and it happened before you know it. Positive blessings happen the same way. When you start speaking positive things into existence, let's get it. That's what that positive blessing come and hit you in the mouth. Can't make this up. I'm going to tell y'all real quick. Other day, blessing came out of nowhere. I said, Lord, I need a little bit more money. I sure want to get this ceiling put in and done, but I don't think I got enough money to pull it off. Boom, that very morning. Nope, sorry. The next day, ask my wife, because I told my wife I don't know where I'm going to get the money to do this ceiling so it can stop being boiling hot in here. I feel like I could put some crab legs in a pot without the water. That very next morning, I woke up and the first thing I saw was some money dropped. I was not expecting this paycheck. I cried, praised the Father, and I went and got my drywall and my insulation. That's how that worked. I said, baby, I don't know where I'm going to get no money from, but we got to get that ceiling up and get it insulated. I don't know how I'm going to pull that off. With that being said, everybody, I love you. Please stay safe, stay sane, speak it into existence. I need you to speak your blessings into existence so much that everybody around you think you're crazy. Oh my God, Laird done start talking to himself. I knew he was going to lose it sooner or later on YouTube. If you see me in the store and you walk past me and I'm like, man, that's crazy. Boy, that's stupid. That don't make no sense. Walk past me. I'm having a conversation, a A and B conversation with myself. All right. Laird Farmer 73. I love y'all. Stay safe. Stay sane, and I'm out. Happy Sunday. Peace.